Okay. Can give everyone a moment to get here.
Yes.
Except for the people who are watching the replay because they're here now.
Yes. Hello to the people watching the replay. 100% sure that can see me and you, but
I feel like we're like
I will
kissing.
be able to see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it up here so we could see what it's going to look like.
Oh yeah, there we are.
I better turn down.
Still learning.
Wes, first live stream. How do I do this?
I don't know, but we can see the comments. Oh, someone has commented.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah. Okay. Bear with us, we're just getting our text sorted. I don't actually know how to make this scene.
Well, I don't think it matters if we see it. We only need to see the comments.
Okay, so we're just going to assume we're both in the
Yeah.
picture.
Oh, Kate's there too.
Hey, Kate.
Thanks, Kate. Let us know
if we're chopped off.
Yeah.
Because we can't see. We think we're here. Okay. How does this work? Do we just watch you guys? Yes. You can make comments like you are, but you can just watch us and we'll answer because we can see your comments. Hi. Okay. Shall we start talking? There's people here.
Let's begin.
Okay, so today is actually our first live stream. So bear with us while we get sorted and we think we've got it going. And we're going to do a little full moon ritual today around shifting a dynamic or a pattern in your family that is not working for you. Don't go too far away, just in case.
I just need to kind of face this way. But
Okay.
please let us know if you can't see part of my body.
Hey, Heather! Oh, this is fun. I like this.
It is.
Okay, so we just talk for a couple of minutes while people get here and then we'll start. So what do we want to say about this ritual?
Yeah, well, we pretty much just want to bring to light, bring to awareness, and also to like the energy of the full moon, like using it's a collectively an energy when you want to step into things, step into your power and step into change. So using that energy to be aware of the patterns, be aware of your part in it, and anchor in a transformation around it, anchor in something new.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So often when we're looking at things in our family that are irritating us or pissing us off, really, we're looking at the external situation. We're looking at what's going on externally outside of ourselves, and we focus on that as the area to create change. And this ritual that we're going to do today is actually going to turn that around a little bit and bring it back inside. We're going to look at what's going on within us and what we want to shift within, because that's actually where the power is, where your power is, and where you actually are in control of what's going on is within you rather than out there. And when you're working on what's going on inside, you're working at the root of the problem, like you're working at the core, and then it can just ripple outwards. So we're going to have a whole new way of looking at those dynamics that you might not have looked at before. Sometimes that's a comment that we get, that it was really helpful to not just look at the external situation of she does that, then I do that, then he does that, you know, just the external, but to bring it within and create change there.
Yeah, which is also where you have the power to create the change.
Absolutely.
Really the only thing you can change is your experience, your response.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else that we want to talk about? Should we start?
Well, oh yeah, I'll just briefly say that if you do want to go even deeper on this particular process that we're touching on in this ritual, we have another free course that you can see on our website.
Or on our Facebook page.
Oh yeah, on our Facebook page. Or you'll see it as soon as you go to our homepage, I think, right down the bottom, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. So, sorry, I want to still be in the video, but I want to be comfortable too.
Push me off the side there. Okay. Then we learned how to do this together.
We'll just link up so that we don't fall out of the view.
Okay.
All right. So
Just before we start, I just
Okay.
want to say one thing.
Yeah.
As we go through this, I actually have the post comments up on my computer in front of me. So if you want to engage with us, ask questions, make comments, etc., please do, because that's what we wanted. We wanted to really be able to engage with you, and we will answer them.
Yes.
Yeah, well, as
absolutely.
much as we possibly can. So feel free to type away. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So to create the container for this ritual, like rituals are powerful when you put special sacred space around them. So the first thing I want to do to create that is to call in our intention, the global intention for this ritual, and then also get you to tune into your personal intention for it. So these intentions are kind of creating the space, the circle, the energy around you to have transformation in this ritual. So if you can, if you're not driving or anything, close your eyes and really receive the words. And the global intention is that we acknowledge and we call on the power of the full moon to step fully into the transformation that is already in motion within yourself and within your family, within your life. If you can see a pattern, if there's something that you're seeing and you're wanting to change, it means that it already is changing, and that awareness is so huge. So feel that in your body, that knowing that we're already on the path of change, like it's already happening. It's not like you're standing at the edge of something big. You're already doing it, and we acknowledge you for that. It's already happening. So take a breath, breathe that in, and acknowledge the full moon, even if there's not a moon right now. The energy of the full moon's around you. Acknowledge that. And tune into why you're here personally. Like, what do you want to get from this ritual? And feel that. Like, feel the emotions and the energy of why you're here in your body. And just breathe it in a little stronger.
Beautiful.
And welcome.
Welcome.
So we're going to go through a few steps, and if you have pen and paper, then that can be helpful if you want to write some things down. But if you don't, you can still say it either in your mind or out loud, like when we ask you to go through the steps. So do whichever is available to you.
And another really powerful thing to do is to write some of it in the comments, the parts that you want to claim, the parts that you want to declare, the parts that you want to release. It's really powerful to share in the space. It just kicks it up another notch for you.
Absolutely, it amplifies the process. So the first step is just to notice and call out and kind of just be aware of the pattern or the dynamic, the conflict that you're wanting to shift. So that means, like, if you're being the curious watcher, if you're stepping out, so you're not, in this moment, you're not like one of the parts in this conflict, like the bedtime drama or whatever it is that you're wanting to shift. You're watching yourself and you're watching your children or your partner. So step out and just notice, like, oh, generally this is kind of the thing that I would say, this is how it plays out, this is what they say, and just notice what the pattern is that you're wanting to shift, the one that you're bringing to this ritual.
So bring awareness to it. And if you don't have one, like you didn't come with one prepared, take a moment now to look for something that you would love to shift the dynamic around. It doesn't have to be like earth-shattering. It could be you don't like the way breakfast happens, or the the struggle to get out of the house in the mornings, or the bedtime teeth brushing, or
you ask your children to help you clean up.
Just pick something that you'd like to shift so that you're really conscious about what you're shifting. And then be aware of the pattern. So really sit just for a moment now and look at the pattern as an observer instead of being emotionally in it.
So Beatrice just said that the video froze and is no longer streaming.
Ah.
I don't know if that's our internet or hers or yours.
Sorry, Beatrice. I hope that we come back for you. Oh, Heather says, can you reload the page, Beatrice? Ah, we've got tech support. That's awesome. Hopefully everyone, if everyone else has a problem, let us know. Otherwise we'll keep going and hopefully Beatrice will come back. Okay.
So once you've gotten clear on the pattern and you're aware of the dynamic, and it may change sometimes, but there's going to be like a general pattern, like something that just keeps happening over and over in your family. So when you're aware of that, the next thing to be aware of is the fact that you are playing a role in that pattern. And we're going to get a little bit exaggerated here, and we're going to kind of get, like, playfully make fun of you, of yourself, and look at like the stereotype of the role that you play. So if you were to get a bit judgmental in it, this is completely with love.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to get judgmental of yourself, still from the watcher, what would you say is your general role in this pattern? Like, for example, being the psycho strung out mum. Or
the exasperated, like, impatient mother.
Or the bitchy wife. Or, yeah, whatever it is. You'll know what it is. If you want to create a label. Oh, I've got to open my page up again.
Create a label that works for you just in this moment, that actually, when you're outside of it and looking at it as a watcher, like, is a bit funny. Is a little bit of a, not like hysterically funny, but like as amusing that you're seeing yourself like this.
Yeah, and label it. So kind of label that part of you, call on her, almost like you're having an interaction with this exaggerated part of you. Like, say hi to her, acknowledge her, because she's going to come into this ritual and she's going to go on this transformational journey with you.
Cool. I'm reading Chantel's comment.
The rushing mum.
Yeah. The rushing mum. Yeah, totally get that one. Anyone else want to put their roles in? That would be really cool.
I know what I generally need to do for peace and harmony in my house. But when I'm triggered, there's a voice that says, I don't want to, or you need to do something, or this will happen. And I want to override those self-messages that don't serve me.
Cool.
Yeah, I hear you, yeah. And and the first step before, like, it's so common for mothers to want to, like, I just want to do it really well straight away, is to step back and acknowledge where you're at. Like, slow down and just be with that part of you that is doing the things that you are doing before you're even wanting to change. So acknowledge how you have been doing it, and acknowledge the role that you have been playing, or the roles that you sometimes have been playing. It doesn't mean that Sarah is always the rushing mum, or Beatrice is always the martyr mum. It's just the role that we're bringing into this ritual.
This one dynamic. Yeah. And so these roles are actually, and it might not seem like it when I say this, but they're actually trying to serve you. They are actually trying to help you. And they may be misguided, and they may be working with some crazy assumptions or beliefs going on there.
They are.
Yeah. But at their core, these roles that you're playing are trying to serve you.
And in this ritual, we're not actually getting rid of them. We're bringing them in to be in partnership with them, to invite them to shift with us from a place of compassion.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have a bit clearer understanding of how they're serving us if we move to the next core needs.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so you've got your role. Now, with a bit of openness to this role, like tune into her and tune into the whole dynamic, the thing that you noticed is playing out, and feel into what your core needs are and what core needs are driving you to be the overwhelmed cranky pants mum or the woman with 2 crazy kids who are uncontrollable and she doesn't discipline them. I can't see all the other comments.
That's
now.
okay. The comments are...
Tune into what needs are under there. What needs are driving you to play that role? And what are the needs that are really important to you in this pattern?
What needs are you trying to get met? Like, the role is coming from a triggered place. You're losing your cool, or you're stepping outside of where you really want to be showing up. But that role is coming because there's a core need that you're yearning to have met in that moment. And it might just be for cooperation, or it might be for safety, or it might be for peace, or it might be for...
respect.
It could be, yeah, there's lots of things. What is the core need?
And it might be a couple, that's okay too. And it's the one, or the need or the needs that are like almost calling out for you, like when a little child really needs something. Like there's a need that's going, listen to me. Like it's really asking for attention.
It's the bit that the role that you're playing is responding to and stepping up. So if you want to type in your core needs, go for it. That would be awesome. Just any awareness you have around what needs you're trying to get met in that moment. And even needs that that you really have needs in that moment. They're just not happening. So you don't have to really see a clear connection between, oh yeah, obviously this is my need because this is how I'm showing up. It can also just be, I just need it to be bloody easy at that point. You know, so just have a think about what it is that's the core need driving you here.
And acknowledge the need. Like, be gentle with yourself in it. Like, all those needs are valid. They're incredibly valid. And they're not only valid, it's vital that you honour them, that you listen to them. I'm not talking about fully having them met to all the degrees that your mind thinks you need to be happy, but really acknowledging them. Being with them. Yeah.
And the core needs are actually totally valid in the solution too, in the shift that we're going to make.
So the next little bit is to be aware of the other people in the pattern, the people who you're having the conflict with, who the dynamic is kind of bouncing off you and them. And get curious about what their needs might be as well. Like, what are the core needs that they want to have met, that they're trying to get met from the roles that they're playing. And just tune into like 1 or 2 needs of the other people.
So this is really powerful, their core needs, because for 2 reasons. One, it gives you a lot of empathy and compassion. It opens you into a different space that you can start to look at the situation from. And the second one is it allows you to start to craft a different solution that is meeting everyone's needs, has that win-win energy to it. And that is the solution that's going to be the most powerful and the most transformational in your family, because everyone is striving to get needs met. That's kind of where everything is flowing, is these core needs running underneath. So just tune in and think, what is the need that the other people have? Kate says, do we label them first or just go straight to needs? Oh, you don't need to label them. You could. If you go and do the full free coaching course that's on the Facebook page, we take you through in more detail all these steps, and you can label everyone, give everyone a role in the dynamic. But for now, you don't need to. Just have a think about the core needs that they're trying to get met.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're up to me now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so this role is trying to meet your needs. It's trying to meet those core needs. So at this point, I want you to tune in and imagine this role that you're playing, that you all listed. You all had roles that you could see, and that was great. Tune into that role with this knowledge of these core needs sitting there. And just for a moment, if you can close your eyes because it's easier to do it this way. Just want you to breathe into that role and just allow it to be really here and present in this moment. So actually grant it permission, valid permission to be here and to be accepted. You know, say, okay, I really see this part of me, and more than likely you've been pushing it away or labeling it as wrong or bad or what you don't want to have happen. Just in this moment, accept that this role is responding to your needs, is responding to your core needs. And so welcome them in this moment with compassion and with thanks. Like, I get that you're trying to help me. I get that you're trying to serve me. And as you close your eyes, just imagine yourself in this moment casting a circle around yourself. And you can actually, if you're not driving, you can actually draw a circle with your hand, or you can just mentally, just with your visualizing, with your imagination, cast a circle around yourself. And I want you to welcome this role to sit beside you in cast space, in the circle together. Just sit this role beside you as someone who is trying to support you, as a kind of internal team member, if you like. And just breathe into that space for a moment of accepting this part of yourself. And we're going to invite this part to transform with us. This part wants to serve you. And it is usually incredibly willing to transform if it feels like you're all on the same page, like you're still going to get this core need met. Just offering a new way for yourself to show up, for this aspect of yourself to show up and support you in a way that feels more aligned with some of your conscious values on how you want to be as a mother. Okay, so now that you've got your role beside you in your circle, just breathe into that. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. And I want you to we're just going to breathe for a moment. Bring your awareness to your breath. And breathe down into your body. And just be with the breath. And on your next in-breath, I want you to breathe right down into your pelvis. Down into your womb, actually. Down into womb space, which is what we call this area. So breathe nice and deep. Just imagine that you're pulling your energy and your breath right down into your pelvis. And allow yourself to ground. So you may even feel a little more weighted in your pelvis. Just allow yourself to settle into your body. And we do this because once we're in our bodies, we have access to our intuition, and we sort of come home to ourselves. So breathe down into our pelvis here, into our wombs. And I want you to imagine that you're inviting in another figure into your circle that you've cast here today. And the entity or the part of you that you're calling in is your inner wise mother, like your divine aspect of motherhood. This is the part of yourself that knows your values, what's important to you, how you want to show up as a mother, what you want to impart to your children, how you really want to be. And so I want you to breathe into your womb space and invite this part of yourself into the circle. Now, depending on your personal style of visualization, you may be imagining an image. They may have characteristics, like physical qualities. They could look a certain way, and they may not. Okay, and that's fine. They may just be something you sense or feel. And there is no right or wrong way to do this. Just aim to feel the energy in your body, to feel their presence. You probably feel slower, calmer, sense of more expansion, grace. Just allow that energy to flood this circle that you've cast. And now in your circle is a triad. Is you, is your role that you're playing in the dynamic, or you were playing, and is this inner wise mother. So just breathe into that for a moment and feel all of you interacting. These are just aspects of yourself, but feel yourself kind of relating to different parts of yourself here. They all exist within you. Okay, so bring your attention back now to this inner divine mother that sits within you. And just tune into her, just breathe and relax. And I want you to bring to mind that dynamic again. Bring to mind the original situation, almost like you're just filling in your inner divine mother. This is the situation. And from this place, I want you to ask yourself, what is my divine intention here? What am I really hoping for here? How do I want to be showing up? What do I really want to be happening? So just encapsulate that with that statement. What is my intention moving forwards with this dynamic? What would be my intention in the moment? If I got to choose exactly how I showed up in the moment, what is my intention in this dynamic? And breathe, and just let whatever floats up, float up. So don't strive or push, just whatever comes, allow it to rise to your awareness. Okay, stay connected to this inner divine mother. Just allow the awarenesses to come. I'm going to ask you one more question here. What is the energy that you want to project into this dynamic? If you can project anything, what energy is going to serve you best the next time this pattern comes up? Again, just sit with your intention, this wise part of yourself, and allow what comes to the surface to come. Beautiful. If you want to share your intention or your energy or both, that's super powerful right now. If you've got a piece of paper or a pen, write that down, whichever works for you, or both. And just really sit breathing, noticing that you are in sacred space with a sacred divine part of yourself, and a part of yourself that longs to serve and support you. Aww. So Kate said to be more connected and parent from my intuitive space. Beautiful. Yeah. Yay.
Okay, so in this space with your inner divine mother and with this part of you that wants to serve you and that is here to meet those needs, acknowledge that part of you that you put that label, that role on, and invite her into an experience of transformation with you. Let her know that her essence is always valued, and that her true purpose, like her desire to meet those needs for you, will always be intact. And let her know that you're grateful for her trying to meet those needs, and that you're ready to meet them in new ways. And ask her to come on a journey of transformation with you, and it might only be slight. Sometimes it's really powerful if it's only slight. But invite her to shift the role together with you, so that she's still meeting the core need, but she's also in alignment with your core values and your intention, the intention that you just had and that came to you from your wise parts of you. And she's also acknowledging the needs of your children or your partner or whoever else is in the dynamic. So this is a partnership, this shift. So invite her into that and take another deep breath into your womb space. And recollect the core need, the needs of your children or your partner, whoever else the dynamic is with. And just feel, and it may be in words, it may be in like energy, like the way that you're holding your body when you're in that pattern, or it might be in the way that she looks, like if you have a clear visual image of this part of you and she was holding her body in a certain way or she was wearing certain clothes, that may change. And it may be all of those things, but just notice her slightly shift and notice her step into a new role, like begin to wear a new identity, begin to put on new tools and new things that she'll use in that pattern.
These are actually gifts to this role, this part of you, so that she can fulfill her purpose on meeting your needs in a way that feels better, in a way that actually is more effective.
Yeah, eating better food. It's a pretty important one. Be able to communicate with my partner in a more effective way, what my needs are.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I want to be connected to my girls, to be grounded and calm. Beautiful. Okay, so here and now your triad exists. Just breathe into that transformational space. And I want you to sit with your intention, your energy that you chose to project into the dynamic the next time it happens. And this new transformed role, this new aspect of yourself that's going to be present the next time this dynamic occurs. And just breathe them in, anchor them in your body right now. Just really bring them into your body.
And notice how you feel them in your body. Like this is how you can have access to them in the future. Like really anchor to this experience.
Absolutely. And so I want you now just to imagine for a moment the dynamic coming up again. So rewind right back to the beginning here. Just go back to your original dynamic, but this time I want you just to play it out with this new awareness, these new energies, these new intentions, and with this part of yourself whose role is transformed now. So just play through the dynamic again from this new place. You're going to be different, and you hold an immense power in the pattern. Any person in the pattern is going to be able to create and interrupt a shift, but especially a mother who often sits at the center energetically of the family. Your transformation will shift the dynamic radically. So just notice now as you're imagining the pattern unfolding with your new intention, with your new energy, and with this new part of you showing up differently.
I love that, Chantel.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she's shifting her energy, that part of you, from like rigid to playful, and she's doing that while honoring the needs. So that's kind of a holistic way of going into playful parenting rather than I should go into playful parenting.
Beautiful. Okay, so now in this circle, anchor that new experience in your mind while you've got this contained energetic space. Anchor it. And it is. This transformation is now in your body, it's in your awareness, it's in your energy, and it's going to show up. So breathe out, and you can let your inner wise mother recede. You can thank her. You can let your new transformed role recede back into you. You might breathe them into your body and just take note of where they move to in your body. It's often interesting to see where these parts sit within us. But just allow yourself to reintegrate and come back. You can release the circle now, the space that you cast. Your transformation is actually already embodied within you. You'll be carrying it with you. And we're going to give you one last piece moving forwards to help you next time it comes up, so that all this recalls.
And that's a practice. So we have a practice for each woman going through this ritual with us or watching it on replay. The practice is whenever you notice that dynamic in all the slight variations that can come up, whenever you notice it, recall the intention that you set today and recall it in your body, or recall that energy that you're wanting to step into, or recall the new transformed role, that part of you that has just gone on this transformational journey with you. You might recall her by holding your body the way that she's ready to now, or by saying something that she has said or she has committed to, or by seeing her doing something differently. There's so many different ways to recall that, but just come back to it within your body. Like, give yourself at least a few seconds to recall either the intention or the energy or the new role. Yeah.
So when the dynamic unfolds, just stop for one moment, take a breath. That's all you need, one breath, and it will allow you to recall whichever. They'll all flow together. Those three pieces together form what we call the triadic foundation of any practice. And there's a billion practices out there, and we always have everyone having a practice. So the practice is the best way to close the gap between how you want to be showing up and how you actually are in the moment. So what we do is just, next time the dynamic happens, oh, here we go again. You probably hear that. Oh, here it is. Just take a breath.
Smile at it.
And whatever you recall, your intention, your energy, or the role, whichever comes to you, let that come. The others will just naturally follow straight afterwards. You don't have to think about it. One of them, let it come and shift, and just allow yourself to play out the dynamic in a completely different way.
Yeah, and you don't have to get into your head and think about, like, oh, within this new role, how am I going to do things differently? All you need to focus on is coming into this new intention or new role or new energy. And that moment of conscious awareness and of choosing to connect to something new just shifts the pathway. It's like you stepping on another fork in the road. It doesn't mean you need to then get all analytical about what's your next step, because you've already made the shift. That's enough.
If you shift your energy and your intention, all the other pieces of knowledge and strategy and wisdom that every single mother has already up here will naturally, the ones that are in alignment with that intention and that energy, they're just going to come out of you. You don't need to have a massive strategy or blah blah, buy the book playlist or anything. It will happen.
And sometimes it still happens. I find this in myself, where I have recalled my new intention, my new role, and so I feel like I'm shifting the trajectory, but then I just, after a little while, go straight back into the old pattern. All you need to do then, it's not a time to go, oh, I'm failing at this, and judge yourself. It's, oh, it's happening again. What's my role? What's my energy? What's my intention? It's just continuing to come back to it. And it may be like 5 or 6 times in the pattern, or even more, because sometimes patterns can be quite entrenched. Like, just doing one ritual like this doesn't necessarily mean that it's completely transformed, but it means that you have this anchor that to come back to. And the more you do that without judging yourself, it's okay to fall back into old patterns, but the more you come back to this, the more you're rewiring the neural pathways. You are slowly shifting the path. And continue to do it with self-love, self-compassion, because it's okay that you're not perfect at it.
Yay! Kate said this ritual was so powerful. Yay!
Thank you, gorgeous.
Thank you for sharing it with us, and thank you for being part of our first Facebook Live. It was really fun. We really liked it. Yeah, I think we should do more.
I do. Maybe we should say it goes a bit longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah, sorry, we need to go a bit longer.
Yeah, so if this benefited you, then we have a course that we have ran for it's actually the longest running thing that we have done together, Riding the Turbulent River. It's a home study program, and it takes you right into the inner transformation of conflict and communication in your family. Like, the whole first part of the course is your inner work.
Yeah.
It's the foundation underneath. It's the conflict within yourself, and then moves out to the relational strategies.
Yeah. So if you like the concept of a practice and how that evolved, then that's a deep dive into the practice in anything that you want to create shift in. And yeah, the course starts with peace within. This is the first module, second module, but right at the beginning. And then peace ripples out. So this is about your transformational changes first, and how you really want to be showing up as a mother, and then a gazillion different outside relational conscious communication practices once the inner is transformed.
And plenty of ritual and guided visualizations like this as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can find that on our website. We'll put the link in.
We'll write a link
under the comments here, in case you want to go check it out. You'd be most welcome to. And I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. We really loved it.
Yeah.
And we would love to hear how your pattern goes. If you want to reach out, we are so here and ready to engage. So if you try it out and you want to get back to us, please do.
And we'll do many more of these.
Yay!
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Do you want to write that? I'll write it.
You can write that. I'll try and turn this off.
Thank you, Sarah.